What? I'm not glad I didn't even know that was animated.
Quietly, you cross the floor. You turn to me on the store.
Damn. No.
I remember when you said the night feels endless. I'll be beside you when.
We didn't hear the I take everything? I do have alt, but like...
I got a message goldfish, so I pick it up and put it down.
Put that shit down. We've all seen your aim. Alright, well. Alright, I'm popping alt here. No! Oh my god, that's a devious ass stampede. Just for that, I'm going Squirrel Girl.
You just got hit with one?
Dude, the glue ulted and she fucking threw that shit right as I ulted. I would've killed 3 of them.
Who are you using?
I was using Iron Fist. I was fucking them.
What rank are you guys right now? Did you
Sit
ever go
here.
up? I still remember when you said.
Really well intended.
I didn't understand the diagnosis, so I kept hearing the word obesity, and it was really hard for me to hear.
Are you afraid of experiencing increased hunger, weight gain, talk to your doctor about acquired hypothalamic obesity, or acquired HO, a unique condition caused by injury to the brain that results in weight gain. Randy was diagnosed with acquired HO at the age of 9 after brain tumor surgery.
After I recovered, however, the hunger became hard. It can be hard to explain this level of hunger to the people around
Learn about the signs of acquired HO and find resources at HO.
No, I got stuck. Did they ban Moon Knight? I'm assuming. No one's on him.
Save over 2,000 on the new Frog Sofa, over 400 on the Headrest,
Yeah.
and over 1,800 on the Bradley sectional. We make buying the big things easy, so shop with confidence at Macy's.
I hit a throw stampede.
Really well-intentioned people have been providing really wrong insight for people that are dealing with influenza, especially when it comes down to how we time our exercise and the intensity in which we do it. What if the trick was just the right amount of exercise at just the right intensity to signal to the cell that insulin could be used? What if it wasn't about spending long hours or even 30 minutes at the gym? What if it was
Crew is 1, bro.
we've been listening for a while, but now in 2026,
No.
just trying to sell their workout plan. So can we really believe a lot of the things that we hear on the internet? I think we need to turn to the good old-fashioned data, but also understand the simple mechanisms of how we get a cell to recognize insulin again and what kind of exercise actually does that. The science is actually
Okay.
crazy simple, and it just gets overcomplicated. The problem is that the mistakes are really simple too, but the stakes are really high. So here's what we'll go over. First,
4 minutes.
insulin sensitivity really means and what insulin resistance really is in relation to specific exercise at the cellular level. So,
I'm not thinking, bro. Not thinking. You're lucky there's a gambit.
Scientific report that explains why this specific kind of exercise works better than other forms when it comes down to insulin. And then we're so what they do is they're so let's just start with the
Yo, is it raining out here? Or am I about to kidnap y'all?
At least in
You're
relation
safe this time.
So when insulin binds to a cell,
Zoe Saldana, who stars in the new Avatar movie, has surpassed Scarlett Johansson to become the highest-grossing actress of all time.
that lets glucose enter the muscle. So if glucose
Maybe
is moved, then glucose stays in the blood, right? And if glucose moves efficiently, glucose clears fast and clean out of the blood into the muscle. So insulin resistance isn't just like high blood sugar.
Yo, I can't even.
And that's the big kind of thing that needs to be known. It's not just high blood sugar, it's like a kind of a few steps downstream side of that, right? So the key point is that muscle contraction will actually move GLUT4, that transporter, without insulin. And that's where the specific kind of exercise...
Who are they running as support, Owen?
But not all exercise sends the same signal. This is where high intensity interval training separates.
Okay, well they have healer pool.
Hang on to that in the back of your mind for a second.
Who besides that? Like, do they have cloak and dagger, or can they do?
This all matters, even if you're already insulin resistant, or even if you're not. So let's go get into the study portion that I promised. Okay, that's scientific reports. So this is a paper published in Scientific Reports, and it compared high-intensity interval training to moderate intensity continuous training. In this particular case, it was in a model of really severe insulin resistance and even full disclaimer, we use the diabetic models. Right? We have lots of human models on this stuff, but when it comes to mechanisms, we can really see it with them. So insulin signaling was already impaired. We can see this really clearly, really quickly. And they had these mice actually trained 5 days per week for 2 weeks. And I know what you're thinking, like, I'm a human, no, trust me, this stuff, especially with the simple metabolomics here. The moderate intensity group ran for 80 minutes at about 50 to 60% of their maximum. Okay, so like moderate, low to moderate intensity, and the hit group ran 13 4-minute intervals. Still a lot, but in this case, at 85
No!
and they had lots of rest in between. The results were super clear and clean. Okay, they hit.
Okay, well, let's see what happens if you include the box office from Scarlett's husband's movies.
The moderate intensity training didn't really significantly change those markers compared to control. Here's where it gets interesting though. The hit doubled the GLUT4 expression in the muscle, so it had more transporters. And it increased the insulin stimulated essentially called AKT phosphorylation, which is the
Can't, yeah, that's my one.
My wife is pretty awesome. So insulin wasn't just present, it was
I don't like how hard you guys are laughing. We discovered my wife's got a talent for doing voices of famous people, so we took that into the bedroom. Like, okay, so sort of like role playing? Yeah, but with celebrities. I got a question that does she do any black ones?
no major rise in oxidative.
No, she does not.
That's problematic.
But she
So,
can do, what's her name? Scarlett Johansson.
That's huge. And it tells us that only improving oxidative.
Yeah, you know her? Yeah, you know. Oh, that movie. Under her skin. I don't think it's Under her skin, of course, here we go.
Better extreme glucose before they actually get better at making energy.
24 minutes, 11 seconds.
That's
Hey, I'm married to Colin, but I need a real man.
Sometimes in hours.
You get over here, Black Widow. Oh, shit.
Trouble with Scarlett?
I'm in trouble, I think, with a lot of people. She was genuinely so shocked.
For weeks, long before the fat loss or aerobic or fitness changes. So it's almost like don't get discouraged. Things are changing really quick. You don't still see it because you have to change the machinery. In a minute, we're
Oh,
going to
you by my side. And
explain
from the day that I met you, the days of forever.
So I'm going to explain that in a second. But we have to understand now, why does HIT work so well for insulin sensitivity and for improving insulin resistance? Well, there really are
I did not miss my dash. What the fuck? Whoa, what the fuck?
Drains your energy storage. So that increases what's called the AMP to ATP ratio and activates an energy sensor in the cell called AMPK. So it turns on this sensor, and AMPK directly moves this transporter to the cell surface.
And it's by you by my side.
So think of it as like opening a side door with the main door jammed shut. The second one is calcium signaling. And this is overlooked a lot because high intensity muscle contractions really cause these large.
Her reactions were unbelievable. I love it. It was she. I was obviously surprised by everything. So they gave her a heads up. They were like, "Hey, would you be okay if Michael made a little like kind of vagina joke at some point?" And she was like, "Sure, you know, whatever. I'm open to it." And so then when it was like the opposite, I didn't know where it was going. And then the graphic came up for Arby's. And so Scarlett is backstage like, "Oh my God, that's what it is." It should have been live. Yes, it really was. And you weren't acting at all. I was not. I can't act that well.
Okay.
Insulin independent. And then third, we have the post-exercise insulin sensitivity. So after high-intensity interval training, muscle cells become more sensitive to insulin for sometimes even a full day. So the same amount of insulin does a lot more work. You're squeezing more work out of the insulin, right? That means you don't need as much of a spike. And this is why meal timing around HIT matters so much. And we're going to get into that shortly. And in a minute, I want to get into like the low-intensity cardio, this contains things, and even the but I also want to talk about it didn't perform as well in this study because it's super important so that you can learn how to program your own cardio routine. The mitochondrial